Here are your Court News Ohio top stories in 5 minutes. The Cincinnati Enquirer is challenging the Cincinnati Police Department's November 2017 refusal to release any footage from body cameras that police officers were wearing when they used tasers to subdue 2 men. The police department initially stated that the camera footage was a confidential law enforcement investigatory record, which is exempt from disclosure under the Ohio Public Records Act. Because the department later released the body cam footage, the Enquirer maintains that the videos clearly didn't disclose any specific confidential investigatory techniques or procedures. The media outlet also claims the videos didn't contain any specific investigatory work product. The incident was the result of a woman calling police because she wanted her adult sons to leave her home.
Our first case is 2017-1758.
Throughout her legal career, Ohio Supreme Court Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor has been front and center when it comes to justice reform.
Her whole life has gone into making the Ohio judicial system fair and just for the people of Ohio.
It's a passion that's been present for decades.
I've always admired how tireless she is. She just has an abundance of energy, and there's a variety of different reforms that she's passionate about.
Her impact on the profession and the state's judiciary was recently recognized when she received the Ohio State Bar Association's Ohio Bar Medal. Adding to her surprise was a video honoring her life and work.
When I think of the Chief Justice and her impact on the legal profession, I would say first historic.
I would not be at this point in my career if it were not for family, great teachers, friends, mentors, colleagues, lawyers, and judges who I've been acquainted with, friends with, and have learned from.
She doesn't stop there. She says her passion projects like tackling bail reform and the opioid epidemic can't be done without her colleagues working together.
I'm most proud of what we have accomplished. Lawyers, judges, advocates, and treatment providers coming together to ensure the right response to addiction, and that response will be there for those who need it for years to come.
Chief Justice O'Connor becomes the 8th member of the court to be given the honor in the award's 53-year history, which includes Evelyn Lundberg Stratton and Chief Justice Thomas Moyer. And like them, she too will carry on the only way she knows how, by using her platform to help the public.
I will continue to champion what I know is right, and do so, I hope, with a sense of reason and respect and civility. That's how I'd like my time on the bench to be remembered.
For anyone who's driven by the Knox County or Hardin County Courthouse, you can't help but look in awe at those historic structures. But inside the buildings is what really gets your attention.
Okay, let's hear it.
Each has a juvenile court that specifically deals with substance abuse issues.
No one can help you unless you want to be helped. No one can save you unless you allow yourself to be saved.
Judges Jay Nixon and Steve Christopher are among the many in the state who run treatment courts in rural counties.
I did not do juvenile work before I became a judge, and it didn't take but only probably about 2 months before I started feeling like these were my kids.
With these communities already at an economic disadvantage due to limited jobs, those problems have been compounded by the state's drug epidemic. As numerous families are plagued by both problems, it's a struggle that typically gets passed down to the children.
95% of our kids, they're a product of their environment. That's the biggest struggle, is trying to get around what they've always known and what they've always been taught.
In most of their cases, the kids are raised by a single parent or guardian. So the courts and treatment providers do their best to help with the load by establishing a support system for all the family's needs.
It provides for some of these kids who haven't had structure, who haven't had accountability in their life, it gives them that accountability. We provide them with a reward sanction system that a lot of kids just thrive in.
Positive reports for the past 2 weeks, Your Honor.
As they progress through the phases, they're given more responsibilities. In Hardin County, they put an emphasis on not only advancing their education as part of their maturation, but establishing employment.
If they get connected to an employer and to something they like, the reality is that they might stay with it, then they may develop another group of people that they can confide in.
And that's a look at Court News Ohio's top stories. Visit courtnewsohio.gov for the latest headlines on Ohio's courts. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.